Good morning and welcome back to another episode of NewToHomeBrew. Christmas ale is finished and here it is. It's been fermenting now for 28 days. So almost a month. This has took longer than the others to ferment out. Oh, that's my alarm for me sanitising bottles. I do beg your pardon. Yeah, so it took 28 days. There were 4 days vigorous fermentation in the fermentation bucket, and then another 14 days in the carboy, just letting it clear and ferment out in there. I've started pouring them in here after 4 days because I don't want them sat on a vast amount of trud. And that is it. It's ready now. Nice dark ale, and because of that extra Christmas cheer, that extra sugar we put in it, I'm really looking forward to tasting this one, seeing just how that extra sugar's had an effect on it. But I've got all my equipment down here. I'll show you in a minute. But I've got all my sanitising stuff in the bottles and that. I've got my siphon tube all set up, caps, cleaner. Got my bottles over here there, what's been sanitised. I'm sanitising some now in the bucket down here. That's it, it won't be long and we'll be bottling it. Right, all the bottles are sanitised now. I've got the equipment that I'm going to be using in the same sanitiser sanitising. And now it's time to take it to the business end of it and add the priming sugar to the brew. Like I said in the other videos, what that does is the remaining yeast that's in the brew notices more sugar's gone into the brew. Starts turning it into alcohol, and the gases the producer's doing so can't escape through the airlock because there's a cap on the bottle, and so the CO2 gets reabsorbed back into the beer and gives you your fizz or your carbonation. So off with the bung. Let's have a good smell. Oh my god, that smells good, mother. It doesn't smell too alcoholic, which is good. And then with the priming sugar. Now the priming sugar is 150 grams of, and it's just been dissolved in boiling water, so it's sanitised. Put it all in like so, with my spoon. I will give it a bit of a stir around. Don't want to give too much of a stir because you don't want to get any air into your beer now. That'll only get you infection. And also you don't want to stir too low down because you don't want to mix the trud that's settled in the bottom into your beer. But just give it a good mix around. Mix that sugar into it. Put the bung back on just so nothing falls into it. And that's it. Let's get the bottles set up in the tray and then we can start bottling it. It's just that easy. Right, so I've got all my stuff ready to use on that tray that's been sanitised. The bottles are now sanitised and in the tray ready for filling. And the beer is mixed with the sugar and ready to go. So I'm going to take the airlock out of there. I'm going to put this inside the beer. And I'm going to push this down into the beer so that it holds it off the trud. Like that. Now let's get to bottling. So this is a bottling wand. Got a little valve on here. When you push that in, it lets the fluid out, and when you pull it out the bottom of the bottle, it stops, so you don't get beer everywhere. So let's start. The first one, give it a few pumps. And that is it. As simple as that. We're bottling. What I will do is pull a sample for the hydrometer test. Pop that down there just for the foam to clear. Almost done now with the bottling, and then show you the next step, which will be the capping. So almost there. Like I say, when you've done it a few times, it takes less and less of your time up when you're doing it. Obviously first time you're doing it, you're all fingers and thumbs and it takes you ages, but when you know what you're doing, you've done it before, the more you do it, you get into like a routine with it, and you can bottle them up no problem at all, quite quick even. Since I started brewing my own beer, there's nothing more satisfying, especially when you've been out working all day. You come in, have a shower, get in front of the fire, crack one of your own beers open that you've made. It really is nice, and they taste fantastic. But like I say, you've got to try it. And that's it. Filled all 40 bottles, and it's left just a little bit in the bottom there where the trud is. Don't want to suck that into the bottles, but that's it. Step 2 is going to be the capping. Now again, capping process. I won't bore you with the whole thing, with the whole 40 bottles, but I'll just show you a couple, just so you know what to do. So basically, you've filled your bottle, your caps are sitting in sanitizer. There's a little magnet on here, on your capper, that sits on there like that, and then you put that on your bottle, pull down on the handles, and that's it. You've capped your beer, and that's ready to go. This cost me about 15 quid, and hopefully it'll last me a lifetime. There's not really much that goes wrong on it, you know. Just pull down the handles and that's it. So I'll do a couple more just to show you, and then that's it. That's it. I'm going to get these all capped up, and we'll see you at the end. Right guys, that is it. They're all bottled now, they're all capped and ready to be stowed away. You're ready for Christmas. I like to put them in this and then put the lid on, and then if any of these start to explode, it gives me a bit of protection, and I got beer everywhere in the spare room. But I've never had a problem with it, and I think if you put the right amount of priming sugar in, you'll be fine. I think it's when people don't measure it out properly, they put too much in, there's too much activity in the bottle, that's when you have a problem. So I'll keep you up to date, and the next episode of HT0 Fortnightly, I'll crack one open and try it. That'll be 2 weeks from bottling, so we'll try one, see what they're going to be like. Yeah, don't forget, episode 3 should be up soon. Don't forget to check them out. Don't forget to like them, comment, subscribe. If you've got any questions, leave them below. And that's it. Cheers guys, thanks for watching. You've got to try it.